Good evening everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are going to be doing another episode in our Roll for Room series. It's going pretty good so far. We've finished our downstairs area, which is mostly just like our living room, dining room. We have a very big hallway that leads us upstairs. We've done a couple of the bedrooms upstairs and we got very skinny bedrooms last time. We did also roll randomly for the amount of bedrooms and bathrooms that were going to be in this house. We got a total of 5 bedrooms and we got 2 bathrooms, so it's a little bit chaotic, very much not enough bathrooms for the amount of bedrooms in this house. So let's get to rolling on today's episode and see what the rest of our bedrooms are going to be. We're going to be doing another 2 bedrooms this episode. So if you need a little reminder on how this works in terms of the rolling, to work out the room size, we do 2 to 10, and then that will work out how many squares it is. We'll then roll that again, and then that will give us another one. So for example, if we rolled, say, 3, and then we rolled a 5, that will be 3 by 5 squares. We are also rolling for the random budget of this room, so that will be 2 to 20, and then we will times that by 1,000. So if we roll 5, that will be 5,000. So for our 3rd bedroom, let's roll and see what we're going to get for the size to start off with. So let's see what we get. 9. Okay, so very big. And what is that by? 8. It's massive. Okay, that's fine. So it's 9 by 8 squares for this bedroom. So it is huge compared to the last ones that we got. And then next we're going to do 2 by 20, and this is going to give us our budget. So we've got 19,000. Wow. Okay, that is absolutely massive. So we've got 19,000 and it's 9 by 8 for this bedroom. So this is basically like the biggest room with the biggest budget that we've had so far. Let's crack on and see what we can do with that absolutely massive bedroom. Okay, so this is where we're currently at. We've got our very large sort of like hallway that is also kind of a living area. This was what we originally got for our living room, which doesn't really look like a living room because it's so small. We have this like dining area that is also, again, kind of like a hallway, and then we've got this really skinny like 2 square kitchen, which is just super kind of annoying, but it's fine. Upstairs we had our last 2 episodes, which were these really skinny bedrooms, which I ended up making into kids' rooms. So now we need to work out where we can put this absolutely mammoth bedroom. Half of me is tempted to put it downstairs. We have already added in a lot of windows to things. I could move those, but I think what we should do is try to work out where we're going to put this bedroom. I think I wanted to put like a bathroom here, maybe. It's in a bit of an awkward space. I might have to shuffle everything over a bit just so that we can fit it maybe on this side. I think we're gonna have to do that. So let's shuffle everything over this direction. We can then add it maybe here. It's definitely gonna hang over, but I think it should be fine. So 9 by 8, I think I'm going to do the 9 being the longest one, and then 8 can come out this way. There's going to be this really weird section underneath all of this. So that's 9, absolutely chunky. It's such a square room. It's literally like hanging. So we're going to have like half of the garden outside area is all going to have to just be like directly underneath this massive chunky bedroom. There isn't really anywhere else that I can put it though. Could I change it so it's down here? We're then changing this dining area quite a bit. I've shuffled everything back just because I think it might actually be better to have this massive room down here in this corner. We'll have to get rid of these windows, but it's fine. I've been not counting the windows and doors into our budget, so it doesn't matter as much. So let's do it on this ground floor instead. I think it makes more sense anyway because we rolled a lot of smaller rooms like downstairs and we're rolling like quite big rooms upstairs. So 9 would take us up to here, and then 8 is 1, 2. It will take us all the way up to this edge here. So it's a little bit sticking out, but it's fine. Still an absolutely huge room. The fact that this is our living room is wild to me. We definitely are going to have to put the door in, so we don't necessarily need to put the door like coming off of the living room. We do have this space here though to be able to do that. We could alternatively put it coming over here somewhere. I think it's fine going here just because that does kind of make sense. It sort of smoothly goes off of this living area here. We can then add in our windows, which we're going with the same windows all the way around so that it looks okay from the outside of the house. I might just do 2. We could do 2 here, line it up with the other windows though, and then I feel like we may as well do the same thing on the other side and do another 2. This is an absolutely huge bedroom. Okay, and then we've got 19,000 for our budget. So I've changed that now. We can now get to work on sorting that out. It does give us a lot more space as well upstairs. So it does kind of make sense. I might have to move this window, which is a little bit annoying, but I think we're going to have to so that we can then add in more bedrooms upstairs. The difficult part was we actually rolled a really low number for this like little hallway up here. So it ended up being like a very small hallway. So we only have one door here and another 2 doors there. So we're going to have to try and work it out. I might add like a bathroom or something coming off of this like bedroom. We could potentially put it over here on this side, but I'll work that out later. Let's get to work on our bedroom. So I have put up the amount of money that I've got in this corner here just because my little box of myself recording, it's down in this corner where it would be covering the amount of money that we have, just so that you guys can keep track. I'm going to start, I think, by just adding in some general lighting. I don't really know what kind of style I want to go for this bedroom. It's absolutely huge, so I definitely do need to kind of split it up a little bit. I'm even thinking what I might do is actually split the room into like multiple parts. Even just in half would be better. So let's split it in half, and then what I'm going to do is add in a little like big like open archway so that we can then get to the other side, so it feels like it's all one room instead. So I'm just gonna grab like this huge doorway here. We could do a round one. I just want it to be like as big as we can possibly get it, so we could use like this one so that it matches that other room. Let's put it there, and then at least we're like sort of splitting the room up a bit. An alternative to make it feel even bigger is that we could actually just delete some of these and then add in like something else. Like say if we grabbed 3 walls here, we could then just make an archway using these. That seems to make more sense. It looks more like it's one solid room then, and then we can just grab some pillars. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. We can then go ahead and add in our lights and everything so we get a better idea of the space that we've got. I'm just going to use these for now because they're easy to place down and they give off lots of light. So what I was thinking is that we could do the bed in this area over here. Or I guess actually more privacy would make more sense to put the bed here, because otherwise you're like right at the front of the house. And we can go with a more expensive bed because we have a lot of money to spend. Go with this one. This one's kind of cool. Actually, now I'm thinking that we could go even extra with it, and we could actually add like platforms to it, and we could split it off like this. So then let's push that up 2 and push this one up 1. So we've kind of done what we've done in the other room right next to it here. I think that looks kind of cool. And then we can add the bed in on the top. Here, I've shuffled that wall over a bit as well so we actually have a bit more space over here. Then I'm going to kind of just copy the wood that we did on this side so that everything feels like it kind of works together in this house as opposed to being completely random. I am tempted to actually do carpet in the rest of this just to make it feel more cozy. Might just go with like this nice cream carpet. For our walls though, what have we got with in other places? We've tried to go with like this quite nice like paneled walls for a lot of it. I'm tempted by like this. I think that looks pretty good. It matches really well like with the rest of the room color. We could do something different in this other room though. Maybe something like a little bit plainer. Something like that kind of works. It's very pale, but I think we can work something out to make it look a little bit nicer. Maybe some pictures on the walls and things. Then we can go ahead and add our bed in. I'm actually thinking we could tilt it sideways like this. That looks a little bit nicer when we can put a TV or something on the other side, because we have a lot of space, so we can easily put a TV there. Kind of like they're doing this one, so that we then have like cabinets and drawers and things as well. The more that I'm adding into this room though, I'm starting to dislike this wallpaper that we've picked. Could go with more of this like sort of greeny color. How does that look? A little bit better. I think we need to change the color of other things in the room, but I think that might work. Or there is like a pink version, isn't there? I think it's got white around the edges though. I feel like because it's such a big room, pattern does look a little bit better, but I'm always funny about too much pattern because it always ends up looking really weird. I'd prefer to put loads of decorations down. Let's go with this brown color instead. I think that's a bit less bright. Okay, this is kind of working better now. Then I think I'm gonna add a lamp in this corner. Then we could add a side table as well just next to this bed that we've got here. I think we do also need to add like something above this bed because it looks very plain at the minute. And obviously we definitely need some curtains as well. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. I like that. Then we do still just want something above this bed, just like a little picture or something to be fine. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I really like that little like area actually. It's so nice. It's so like cozy. And then obviously we've got all of this space down here. I have an idea of what we can do with that space, but I don't really know what I'm going to do here. I'm thinking we could do this as like the change, like the wardrobes and stuff. We could all put along this side here, and we could put a mirror here. I'm going to do like a double mirror here, I think. And we can put our wardrobes along this wall. I think we do need a rug as well, just something like in the middle. We could do this one because it matches the curtains that we've picked over there. So we're doing quite well at spending our money. We've gone down to almost 11,000 now, so it's not doing too bad. I'm thinking because this person has a bit more money, we could do a bit more extravagant stuff for their like wardrobe bit. We could put it there. Definitely change the color, I think, to something a bit lighter. And then we could add more boxes and things around here too. I think we need some like shelving or something up here. We could actually go with something like that, which matches perfectly with the colors, and it's just like really pretty. Definitely a bit more of a modern room than we've gone with for the other rooms, but I think that's fine. It doesn't look too bad. I want to do some shoe boxes with just like additional shoes on it over here, and we could even add a second wardrobe into the other room, just because this is like probably their favorite clothes they keep over here, as well as their shoes. And then maybe in the next room we've got like the wardrobe that's more full of their normal clothing. So what I'm going to do is basically just add a bunch of these boxes, and then we can just put some shoes on top. I'm going to add the one here, and then just some scattered around the outside as well. There you go. I think that looks pretty good. We could also add a plant just in the corner of this room just to fill out that corner. There we go. That's quite a nice room, to be honest. We do have this space on the walls in between here, and given that we've got a picture there, I think we could add something to this wall here. I have an idea of something that we could do. There you go. I really like this thing. It's really pretty, just as a little added touch. So I think that's that part done. We can then move over to this area where I was thinking we could have something where it's clearly like their hobby, so they do it a lot, and we can kind of dedicate this whole space to their hobby. Now the question is, what is their hobby? So it could be like gaming, or it could be like gym equipment as well. Half of me is like tempted to make it like a photography studio, just because that would actually like kind of work for like this kind of like personality that we've already put in. We definitely need like a lot more clothes though, and that does make me tempted to make this area kind of stretch over here as well and do the same thing that we did over here. I am gonna remove these two windows here just to give us a bit more space to do that as well. I think, yeah, let's do that. I think that'd be really cool. So I'm gonna do the same thing that we did over there so that we have this like platform for them to stand on. Then we can go ahead and add in all of the stuff that makes it seem a bit more like a photography studio. So I am gonna actually change the walls, I think, just to make them white instead. And what I'm gonna do is add this here so that we have a split for where it becomes a white wall instead. It's a little bit weird. I don't know whether maybe a darker wall might be better. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad. A little bit better. I think that's more unique. We're going to add a backdrop to it anyway, so it doesn't matter too much, but I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to add the same curtain that we added over there on this side. I might actually move that window over a little bit. Then I'm going to change this to be a black curtain instead, just so that it's more blackout. And we're going to use a lot of the stuff from the Mosquito pack in order to give us like all of the equipment and things that we need for this. So I'm going to add some of that as decorations to these walls either side. Then we're going to go with this, I think, as the backdrop, just to make it so that it actually fits in pretty well. And then obviously we need some lighting and stuff as well, so I'm going to grab lighting and just add that directed over here. Then finally I've added the camera on top there, so that's looking pretty good, looks pretty perfect. We can then go over and add in our additional bits that I wanted to add on this side of the room, which is like going to be like a wardrobe. I've added this little like case in as well because this is quite nice. We have 4,100 remaining, so more expensive stuff is kind of needed. Thinking we could go really extra and add this thing in. That's 1,200, so that's quite good. I wish they came in like more neutral colors, but they're all really extra. Let's go ahead and change our lighting for all of these two different rooms. I want to change it up so that it's a bit more expensive, I think. And I do want to put a light over here and over here so that they're separate. We've got 3,000 remaining, which isn't too bad. I'm hoping we can spend all of that. Gonna add this, I guess a more modern light would be better. I've kind of got this box light that I've then made much smaller, and that does actually look kind of cool there. Might do the same thing over here, and they're quite expensive. They're 355 each. Then we can add a slightly more normal looking light over here, maybe. Quite like that one. Okay, so we have a total of 1,000 1,991 remaining, so I need to work out a way to spend that. I'm thinking there's definitely more decorations we can add in. I want like a carpet maybe in here too, but I think we've done it quite well in spending all of that money. I did think it would be way like harder to do that. What's like a really expensive rug? This one's almost 1,000, so if we get this one and make it slightly smaller, we can then add it in here. Sadly, I don't think it's the right size. We might need something that's a bit more of a square. This one's a square, and it does kind of like blend in with the floor. Doesn't look that great for the other colors though, so I think we could go with that one. Is there any other square ones that might be a bit better? This one comes in more colors. I do kind of like the black more, I think. Yeah, that works pretty well. We have quite a bit remaining, so I think I might add like some chairs or something over on this side. I don't want it to look overly cluttered, but I think it should be fine if we can just grab maybe like this chair here. We could do 2 just kind of facing away here, like where you'd sit while you're waiting to actually get photographed. Then we have 76 remaining, so is there anything we can get with 76? We do have this cute little side table, which I think I'm going to add here. Then we got 21 remaining from that, and I think finally I'm just going to add in a plant probably somewhere. We'll add it in here. There you go. I think that looks pretty good for that bedroom then. That actually came out looking really cool. It's definitely a different vibe from the rest of the house, but I would say this is weirdly, it's starting to feel a bit like a house share with this entire room here. So I guess, well, I think what I find odd is just that this room here is like almost the same size as all of these rooms combined. But we knew it was going to be weird, so let's go ahead and roll for our next bedroom. If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to like, share and subscribe. So now that we have done that absolutely huge bedroom, and it took so long with all of those bits to it just to spend the 19k budget, which is absolutely massive. That's like a starter home in one bedroom. We can now crack on and do our second bedroom, which hopefully we get something smaller, because if we get something the same size, I don't know what we're gonna do. So let's start out with our sizing, and it's 9. So, oh, it's happening again. Okay, let's see what it's by 6. So it is slightly smaller, still a very big bedroom. Let's see what our budget is though. Hopefully it's not too low. 19. Oh, what? Why? Okay, we've got another absolutely huge budget for this room. So the same budget as we got last time, which is wild. Let's go ahead and make that second bedroom now. Okay, so annoyingly, obviously we rolled a very big bedroom again. So we're now going to have to work out where on earth we're going to put this second huge bedroom. Now we do obviously have all of that space that we've just created up here. So up here is kind of a good place to put it. I think that is just what we're going to have to deal with. I'm going to have to delete the window and things in here and maybe shuffle a few things around in this room. Even if we just do that, I think that kind of looks a little bit better. But we can now go ahead and try and... I think I'm going to put it here. It makes sense. We only have one door here though. We could add another one coming into the kids' room maybe, but then that would be your only entrance would be through a kids' room, which sounds kind of annoying. And obviously it is slightly smaller than the last one. So obviously this is exactly 9 again, so I think it's probably best we do that and then do 6 dragging off. Oh, I'm gonna have to like think actually, because I want to do it dragging off of here as well. It has to be 54 squares in total. So if I can sort of work that out, then it might look okay. So I think let's do that, and then I guess we can do 50 on the other side. So I think what I'm gonna do is do that. Is that the correct amount? It should be, because we've got 5 there, and then I know that would be 8, I think. So I think we're gonna have to amend it a little bit. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna fiddle around with the excess 9 so that we're missing an entire row over this side so that it connects up with the door. Okay, that works. I think that's fine. It's a weirdly shaped room, but it's a little bit more unique because it's not just a rectangle like all of the other ones. So I'm gonna add in all of our windows again. So we do have, let's see if we can sort of line it up so it looks a little bit nicer. We'll do a 1 on this end here, and then I don't know what's going on over on this side, so I kind of want to avoid putting windows there, to be honest. So I might put a little one here like we did with the other rooms, so at least we've got some windows there. We do have a big section of the room that doesn't have any windows, which is kind of annoying, but I don't know what else we're going to do because it's just trying to think about where we're going to put all the roofing, but I think we can deal with that for now. Let's go ahead and add in our lighting. Oh, we need to first actually change the amount of money that we have, which again, obviously an absolutely extraordinary amount of money. I'm thinking we could have this person as being like a person who's really into books, and we can maybe add like books all the way across this side wall here. That should use up like a decent amount of money as well. I'm gonna go with these ones because I think these look the fanciest, and they're also like, how much are these? They're 1,900, so they're still quite a bit as well. Oh, it doesn't match perfectly. That's really annoying. Okay, I'm trying to think of what else I could do. I wish that I wish we had a ladder that just like leant up against the wall, like a step ladder or something on this side. An alternative is that we could actually do like a half wall, but that's even more annoying. You know what, it's fine, we'll work something out for that corner. It's okay. I'm gonna then, we've got 11,300 left, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and add in our flooring, which I think I'm gonna go with nice like wood color, make it feel like super cozy in there. And obviously we need a massive seating area as well so that you can read your books. So I think I'm gonna put the seating area here, and we'll put the bed over on this side. Some kind of paneling like this is probably best. It's very old style like looking though, but it does kind of fit best with the room. I don't know whether there's a way that I can make it not look as old though. Something like this maybe? Yeah, red looks a little bit better. Again, very different from the last room that we made. Go ahead and grab some curtains as well so that we can make it even darker in the room if they would like to be. Maybe go with these like Victorian style curtains. Very extra looking. Then we go ahead and add in our bed, which I'm going to add just at the end. I do have a slight idea as well for a cool little like split part that makes the bed not look like it's also the same area where you're reading the books, with a very fancy looking bed there. Actually, can we get that in any other colors? No, that is kind of like the only one. I think there's another bed that looks like it might go a bit better with that actually. I think it's that one, but that one's way too expensive, so we're gonna have to deal with this. Then for our split, I want to use this because I've been using this more lately and I just think it looks so pretty because of the candlelight that you get from it. Then gonna go with like this darker wooden tone. Then we can only really do one, which is kind of annoying. I could move the bed actually so it's like here instead. I just feel like that window is really irking me now. I might just remove it. We could have one window in this room. Yeah, that looks better. Then again, I'm thinking like 2 lights either side of the bed and then a picture in the middle. Some kind of old-timey picture would probably be a bit better just because this is like sort of Victorian style room. This one looks pretty nice. Then we'll go with some lights either side as well. There you go. I think that looks really cool actually. I want a side table as well just so that we can put some books on it so that it sort of ties in with that bookshelf aesthetic. I could actually just stick like a fat bunch of books on the side, which I think looks kind of cool. Okay, I like that. I think that's looking pretty good. We can then move over to this area where I'm going to have this as our whole seating area where you can sit and read. So we definitely want a nice big rug. There's definitely some older looking rugs in here like these ones. We're obviously going to want to go with like a reddy toned kind of one. I feel like that sort of works. There's some older ones that look a little bit better. There we go. We've got this one, which I think this one's pretty perfect. Although it is very used, I think we can get a clean like new version of it. Here you go. I think this one's a little bit better. We can then place that there perfectly in the middle, and then let's grab our chairs. So obviously we want some big comfortable like armchairs. These ones I think are really good. They're from like the horse ranch pack, but I just think they just look so comfortable, and I would love to sit in like a seat like that for like hours. We definitely need some more lighting as well, so I think I'm going to add some additional lighting just around where they're sitting. And then finally I think we need a coffee table as well. This one's like super pretty, but I don't know if it really goes with the color because it's slightly like ruby toned. Oh good, we can get it in black, and I think that looks a little bit better. Or we can get it in like this bright red, but I don't think that works. I think the black one looks pretty nice. I'm going to go with that. Oh, we did find this really cool picture as well, which I'm going to include on the wall behind the chairs. A picture like tapestry kind of thing. Then I've added in a plant, and I think we need some more books as clutter just on this table here. Could do some like magazines, but it's not really the same vibe. Oh, I did find this little tray with some waters on it, which actually works kind of well. There you go. I think that looks pretty good. We've then got this other side of the room, which I'm going to add, obviously this is still a bedroom, so I'm going to add their wardrobe over here. We do have this section as well that I need to work out what I'm going to put there. I think like a really big plant or something could work. It needs to be something quite tall, or if we have like a statue or something, that might work too. There you go. I think this weirdly works a little bit. We can just hat to brown. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. I'm thinking we could add like a little light directly above them as well, just to like show them off a bit. Yeah, that works. Okay, then we can go over here where we're going to have our wardrobes. We have about 3,000 simoleons remaining, so that's still quite a bit. We could grab one of these like older looking wardrobes That kind of works a bit better, I think. Looks less like a wardrobe as well, which I think is kind of what we need. And then I want a floor mirror as well. Something like this that we can just drag into the corner. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We've got about 1,000 simoleons remaining, so let's see what else we can get. We do have this really pretty plant pot, which is like flowers, and I kind of like think I might just put this like in the corner here as you enter. It's not like crazy expensive though, so we still have like quite a lot left. We could add some pictures. I do love this one of like the lunar cycle, so I might include this on the wall over here. We kind of do need to sort out our lighting as well, because I think the lighting is a bit off. Thinking we go with something like a really big warm light over here, and then I might just include like a little one in this side. And to finish it off, I'll just add that little picture there. There we go. So we've got 3 simoleons remaining. I think that's absolutely fine. I don't think we need any more. Actually, I just realized that we've somehow accidentally added some of these walls in over here, and that is going to get us a few simoleons back. So we've got 32 now. So let's see if I can get anything for 32. Picture wise, it's all like not really stuff that fits in with the sort of Victorian vibe that we've got going. Could actually add some shoes. That's 30, so that'll leave us with 2, which is a decent amount to be left with. I'm just going to put them over here. Yeah, that actually looks better as well. Cool, so we've got 2 simoleons remaining, so I think that's that bedroom done then. And there is our 2 randomly rolled bedrooms done for this episode. I think the first one was absolutely crazy for the size that it is, 9 by 8 with a 19k budget. I think that it actually looks really cool. It definitely doesn't fit the vibe of the house. I think in this episode, we've definitely made 2 bedrooms sort of change tactic in terms of what it looks like. We've gone with kind of basic designs for the other ones, but I think these ones are going a little bit more out the box. But I feel like with a 19k budget for both the rooms, we definitely needed that. But be sure to stay tuned for the next episode and subscribe if you haven't already. Next episode, we're going to be doing the final bedroom, which is the 5th bedroom, and then we are also going to be doing a bathroom. But let me know what you think of these 2 bedrooms in the comments below. And be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. If you missed the other episodes, the series link is on the screen now, as well as a recommended video, so check that one out too. And I hope you all have a great evening.